What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Kobe Morales, and I'll have my other host with me. If y'all want to introduce yourselves.
What's going on, y'all? It's Brandon Duval, also No Mercy. How you doing?
And
Hey,
this is Les and YouTube channel. Let's talk about it.
hey. So today we'll pretty much be discussing: is Deku overpowered? Is he perfectly leveled? Is he underpowered? I think we know the answer to that. But let's kind of, you know, dig into it. Let's kind of zoom in. Let's see, is he like, is he really overpowered? What are y'all thinking?
Cool. Is a Shonen Pro Tag. Y'all playing games. Really? Really? Is a Shonen Pro Tag overpowered? Really? We know exactly how this is
Uh,
about to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, are you trying to compare it to other shonen protagonists, or are you just talking about is he just overpowered
well,
in
let's
the show?
in terms of his growth, right?
Okay.
So I
Mhm.
think that of course, we all want the shonen protags to, grow. We always want them to win the fight, but I feel like Deku really just doesn't really train. He doesn't really work for anything that he has. Like there's so many different examples I could throw out there, but one example is just he's not the best candidate for one for all.
Bro. Yeah,
Are
okay.
y'all gonna disagree with that?
I disagree wholeheartedly.
What? You think he's
Yeah,
the best
yeah.
candidate for one for all?
I think
Uh,
that there's certain validity,
yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know about
Ay, Dios
everything. I
mío.
think you think you're saying a lot right now.
you're saying a whole lot, bro.
Yeah.
First off, like saying he doesn't train when he before he was even able to get his power,
Hmm.
he had to train because his body was not strong enough. Even
Exactly. Let me
oh,
stop. Let me just ask you one
okay,
question. So,
okay.
how old is he? Tell me, please, for reference, or if y'all have
Mm,
a guess as to how old Deku is. I want to say
that was probably
15,
like
maybe.
14, 15.
Yeah,
So,
because he's going into what high school, right? So
hmm
yeah, so I say about 15, 14.
so was his junkyard training not too like strenuous for his untrained body?
Well, seeing
Does
as it
that
took him the whole summer to do it, bro, and he built his body. I mean, like, let's say,
but
like,
let's
oh,
let's really think about that.
okay,
He had to our knowledge, he had no training before that point. So what possessed him to clean and organize the junkyard that fast? You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, how was that enough training to deserve the greatest what super quirk on the freaking planet?
Well, it's like
you want to address this on me, bro?
yeah, yeah.
Go
It's like
ahead. Let me have it. What's up?
Deku was one of those pro tags where it's like you're right. He was weak as hell before he got his power, and it's like when you compare him to people like Asta, Asta
Asta worked
had
for it.
no magic, but
Asta he
Asta
he
was
don't
getting
even
that
have mana. He
I'm
everything
gonna
that
address
Asta
that later
has,
on.
exactly.
he
I'm gonna
worked
address that
for
later
it.
on.
And
Like Asta
he's not the only example I have. Rock Lee couldn't do ninjutsu. Rock
Rock
Lee was hitting 1,000, two
Rock
thousand push-ups every single day
Rock
because
Lee
of that.
is handicapped, compared to everybody else. So watching that scene against Gara, even though he lost, watching that scene against Gara meant a lot because he doesn't have the same capabilities as everybody else. He's only able to use ninjutsu, correct?
Exactly. He can only use taijutsu.
Tai
Hands.
jutsu. Sorry,
Hand,
He
yeah, hand
that's what
only
I
weapons.
meant.
throwing
That's what I
He's
meant.
hands.
only
Tai
using hands.
jutsu.
Yeah.
Hands, knees, elbows, all that. All that.
So he really just worked with what he had, and he went in. I'm still favorable. That actually, I think that maybe Rock Lee should have had a larger role. I think we really like Rock Lee, if that makes sense. Or
He had a spinoff. He
Rock
had a
Lee.
spinoff.
That's what I'm saying. Like Rock Lee was so popular, he got the little chibi spinoff. But I think
Yeah.
that Rock Lee could have had a larger role because we empathized with him more.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he wasn't like Kiba. Nobody cared about Kiba.
Yeah, they really didn't care about Kiba at all.
Why you gotta do my boy Kiba like that? AKA Yamcha Jr., bro.
Not Yamcha Jr.
Bro, hey, anybody with wolf powers, bro, they get nerfed, bro. I'm telling you, cause like what
I
Yamcha Wolf
agree.
Fang Fist,
Yeah.
him and his
Mm.
dogs.
Mm.
I'm trying to think. Nah. Fushiguro, JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, true, true, true.
Oh wait, but didn't one of the
But yeah, one of them died.
Ah!
Spoiler alert! Spoiler. Needing to lift that any if you're lifting any type of weight for an
Mm.
extended period of time, he did this over the course of a whole summer. So let's say you have a little 10-pound weight. You hit that 10-pound weight, your body's going to, adapt to that. It's going to adjust to it. And then that 10-pound weight is going to feel a lot lighter than it was when you first started lifting it a while back.
Mm.
He's lifting tires. If you, there's people who train flipping tires and different things like that. You're building endurance. You're building strength. And we're not saying he's swole and like the biggest and baddest dude, but he had to get his body at least in a condition to be able to accept the quirk. And then after he got the quirk, his body still could not control the power of it, and he had to scale it back. Every time he used this quirk, he was literally breaking his bones. Like he flicked his finger, he couldn't use his finger. He punched, he can't use his arm.
He
He
couldn't
jumped.
use his finger. I mean, he seems to be using them just fine.
Well, because this anime just happens to have a healer, I
Oh,
can kiss your
you don't
finger.
say.
Nah.
You
He's
don't
talking about the
say.
Todoroki fight where he used the same broken finger like 4 times.
Okay, okay. Even then, um, okay, but after that fight, you have to realize the toll that it took on his body. The nurse
The
said that he could not.
toll it
It,
took on his body.
it took a huge toll on him, bro. Like literally, she
To,
said, "I can only continue to heal you to a certain extent." And then she's like, "I'm not going to continue to heal you if you're going to continue to break your bones intentionally." And then even when he fought Muscular, um, and literally he was getting beat down, he was getting overwhelmed, and then he went over after that fight. They literally said, "This is the last time I'll be able to heal this. You will literally not be able to use your arms if you continue to put this kind of strain on it." His body still was not at the level to be able to use that quirk.
I think that so number one, we already know that Deku is not necessarily a good candidate. Or I'm sorry, he wasn't the best candidate. We all know who the best candidate for All for One was.
Okay, and I mean, yeah, they hinted at
I'll give
that.
you a hint. He can phase through objects.
Get that out of here, man. I
See,
mean, he,
and
okay, so he
my
would have
thing
been a
is,
great.
it's kind of crazy because I'm pretty sure wherever Deku is in the manga, he has definitely surpassed Mirio. No,
Yeah,
That's not fair.
right?
Wait, but it's. I'm shut up.
well, you have to realize. Okay, so in regards to Mirio, okay, so Mirio, he had pretty much what he called a useless quirk at first, and he made it his own. He trained and he made it his own, and
Then his
yes, he
ass ain't
became.
have no court.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the point we get. Then his ass ain't have no court. Like so.
So yeah, so like when it comes to so ideally since he has been training over a long course of time and he was able to utilize his quirk, you may feel that he was the ideal candidate for the quirk. But
Mm.
Deku had the true potential and the characteristics of a true hero. He would literally, even if he had nothing, he was willing to throw his body out there and risk his life to save somebody else. His body literally moved without him thinking it.
Oh,
And they said
here we
all great
go.
heroes had that characteristic. And that
Wow,
was right off the
yeah.
back. That was right off the
Yeah,
back. But
yeah.
okay, and then Deku was analytical. He's smart. He analyzed each of the different quirks.
That's high key the
Okay,
most important one.
Mirio,
yeah.
Really analyze,
if
yeah.
you had Mirio's quirk, could you master it being an idiot?
I mean, technically, because, like, at the end of
If
the
you
day,
had Mirio's quirk, could you master it if you were an idiot?
Divine Master. No, well, no, you can't. You can't. I'm not gonna bullshit you. You can't. Nah,
Thank you,
nah, you can't.
Les. You wanna disagree with that?
No, no,
Like, how many people
Okay.
have a quirk that an idiot could master though? Like,
exactly.
how many people actually have a quirk that
Oh,
easy?
I'm shooting beams out of my
Oh,
belly button. Yeah, real hard. Harden my. I can harden my skin.
whoa. Okay, I got a question
Yeah,
for you. So
tough,
are you
tough.
implying that all for one can be utilized by an idiot? I mean,
Ooh.
are you are you you
Wait, you know, wait, we gotta start the video. Nah, don't answer that. Who's starting the video? Who's starting the video?
I
All
mean,
right,
if
all
you
right.
want to go there, shoot, because Albright wasn't a good mentor, if we must get into that. But YouTube, we're going to wrap up the video right here, and then we're going to actually start watching the video and reacting. So we're going to end this particular clip. So we appreciate y'all for watching. Hey.